Welcome to the Tony D. Now Show. Nothing could be finer than to sing in Carolina. Won't you join me? Nothing could be finer than to play in Carolina. Won't you play for me? Carolina talent is what the show's about. If you're from Carolina, you are going to shout, hey, nothing could be finer than to sing in Carolina. Won't you join me? Nothing could be finer than to play in Carolina. Won't you play for me? The Tony D. Now Show on Access 21. Televised in Charlotte, we'll be having fun. Nothing could be finer than to play in Carolina. Won't you play for me? Welcome to the Tony D. Now Show. Tonight's special guest, Michael Sperling and Company. I want you to know we had to go to the foothills of Carolina to find this gentleman. And I know you're going to enjoy him. Don't turn that dial. Nothing could be finer than to sing in Carolina. Won't you join me? Nothing could be finer than to play in Carolina. Won't you play for me? Carolina talent is what it's all about. If you're from Carolina, you're gonna wanna shout, hey, nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina. Won't you play for me? Play it now, baby. Hey. 2, 3, 4.
Remember when our eyes were full of wonder? There's something new with every single day. Playing hard and laughing in the sunshine. Build a debt you don't intend to pay. But no one else was ever bolder to free our world of something older. Never have to hear old soldiers say, it's all about you and how you feel.
It's all about you.
Nothing else is real.
It's all about you.
You're such a big deal.
It's all about you.
Yeah, we all know it's true. 'Cause it's all about you. The railroad ties roll on and on forever, and every train is going your way. There is never any need for reflection. Utopia is just one stop away. But your career is going nowhere. A world of debt is all you show for working while your family has to say.
It's all about you.
And how you
It's
feel.
all about you.
Nothing else is real.
It's all about you.
You're such a big deal.
It's all about you.
Yeah, we all know it's true. 'Cause it's all about you. It's
all about you.
and what you want.
It's all about you.
Hey, there's no other point.
It's all about you.
So go smoke another joint.
It's all about you.
Yeah, we all know it's true. 'Cause it's all about you. So now your kids stare blankly through your teardrops as you wonder, where did I go wrong? And somewhere deep inside you hear the echoes fade away to your old favorite song. Well, you blame the teachers and the dealers, but you're the one who could have reached her. Listen, and you might just hear her say, it's all about you and your sacrifice.
It's all about you.
And you're so damn nice.
It's all about you.
You paid such a price.
It's all about you.
We know that's not true, 'cause it's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. Yes, it's all about you. Lord, I'm trying to find some peace, and all I find inside my soul is just another crease. And I say, why? Whoa, why? If this goes on much longer, said the wolf to the lamb, I'll find it hard to care, I'll find it hard to give a damn. Your teeth tear so sharply and you're vicious with your tongue, and I thought that love was a beautiful thing back when I was young. And I say, why? Oh, why? Well, you're hot and then you're cold, you laugh and then you cry, and happiness is one thing that I can't even buy, 'cause you're vicious. Mama, you're so mean to me, I think you're vicious. Mama, you're just mean to me. If this goes on much longer, said the wolf to the lamb, yeah, I'll find it hard to care, I'll find it hard to give a damn. Your teeth tear so sharply and you're vicious with your tongue. I thought that love was a beautiful thing way back when I was young. And I say, why? Whoa, why? Well, you're hot and then you're cold, you laugh and then you cry. Happiness is one thing that I can't even buy, 'cause you're vicious. honor from the beast. I don't know who I'm sorry for, the wolf or the beast. For the beast is finally over, though he quivers and still kicks. Wolf has got another wound she has got to lick, and I say, why? Oh, why? Well, you're hot and then you're cold, you laugh and then you cry. Happiness is the one thing that I can't even buy, 'cause you're vicious. Mama, you're so mean to me. You're vicious. Mama, you're just mean to me. Here we go.
Okay, here we are at the Tony D. Now Show, and I want to thank before we go any further. Okay, I want to thank Mr. John Martini Martin for finding these boys. He told me he had to go way up in the mountains and come back down, and he was on a trail, and to find these guys who were like halfway up a mountain somewhere in North Carolina, and. I'm really happy to have them, and I mean, the two songs they did so far have been really great. Michael Spiral, they call you Spiral, right?
Spiral, yes, sir.
Michael Spiral Sperlin, and I'm going to ask you to introduce the two fellows you brought along.
All right. This gentleman over here is playing the bass guitar. That Rickenbacker is that's Mr. Mike Owens, a longtime friend of mine. Many years we grew up, went to grammar school together, etc. And this guy here, we call him the Kid. His name is Tommy Holland, and he's a guitar player extraordinaire and likes to hang out with old guys, I guess.
All right. Let me ask you, I can call you Sperlin?
Sure.
Okay.
You bet.
Okay. How'd you get that name?
The Spiral name? Well, I had a friend, this was in the 70s or 69 or somewhere in there, who wanted to tease me about Spiro T. Agnew all the time. And
Okay.
One night he was trying to call me Spiro, and he said Spiral. And everybody in the crowd said, that's great. Spiral it is.
Okay.
That's how it happened.
Okay. What was the first instrument you started playing?
I started playing piano. My mother forced me into it as a child. No, it was a sacrifice for our family. She paid for music lessons for me, piano, and that was the first instrument I ever played when I was probably about 8 years old, I would guess.
Mm-hmm. 8 years old.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. And you've been playing ever since. What brought you to the guitar?
Well, I played band instruments and things like that through grammar school and high school, and when it came time for me to go off to college, I just figured I had to have a guitar. You had to go off to college and take a guitar with you, and I wanted to be Bob Dylan at that time, so I bought a guitar and went off to college and learned how to play it, and been playing guitar mostly ever since.
Okay. What the two songs that you did earlier? Okay, you wrote both of those songs,
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
and I heard you telling the camera crew something about lions and zebras or something.
Well,
Tell us about that.
the song that's titled Vicious, I always introduce it as a tender love song, and I actually wrote it one night, or got the idea to write it while I was watching a National Geographic show on TV where these lions brought down a zebra and started tearing into it and eating it, and it was of course still alive, and they didn't just break its neck, and the zebra was kicking and whatnot, and for some reason that translated into a tender love song for me.
Okay. Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
You're going to do a couple of songs while we're sitting here, and I think the first one is going to be about marriage or something.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's going to be a little song called "Married for Money."
Married for Money. Okay. Can we get right into that right now?
You bet we can. Well, she once knew a young boy, but that was long ago. And though he never had a lot, he seemed to love her so. But that just wouldn't cut it, so soon she let him know. The man who gets to marry me is gonna have a lot of dough. She's married for money, and man, she's got a lot. But the thing that she needs most now is a thing that she's not got. Warm summer kisses, someone to call a friend, and someone who will be there for you right up till the end. Well, her doctor seemed so solemn as he stood there by her bed. And when she offered him more money, he just sadly shook his head. He asked if there was someone or a will that might be read. And as the tears rolled down her face, this is what she said: I'm married for money, and man, I've got a lot. But the thing that I need most now is the thing that I've not got. Warm summer kisses, someone to call a friend, and someone who will be there for you right up till the end. Oh, but she can't live without it, or so she seemed to think. And now there's a hole in her treasure ship, and it's about to sink.
Story
Right.
of just coming up on hard times. You know, things are uncertain.
Well, it was such a
here.
unique name and the
Yeah.
tune and all that. I had to ask you and find out. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times, you know, people can be up here one day and then crash to the bottom, and there are literally people out there living off of pennies in a mason jar. We want to, you know, bring that to the forefront, not to take anything for granted. And we've actually been able to use this song as a platform to actually raise money for the less fortunate. We raised up, I think, about $800 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Well, good. And that Make-A-Wish Foundation, I'm familiar with what that is, and it's a great cause.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you guys were involved in that and helped that out quite a bit.
I actually got to share the stage with you
Yeah.
last year's
Yeah,
benefit
exactly.
for it, yeah.
We sure did, come to think of it, yeah. That was last year. Seems like quite a long time ago. Ron, I think that there's some really exciting news about this band, the Southern Experience Band. So I think I'd like for you to let the viewers and me and then the viewers and everybody know what that good news is, what it's all about,
Yeah, I mean,
how it came to be.
it's our constant goal with the band to keep expanding and improving and expand our range, so to say. And we've been very blessed we just signed with Ashley Talent International, Mr. Mark Hyman to be our booking agent. And it is an international agency,
Right.
so we're real excited about
Now,
that.
when did this actually occur?
With this week.
This week. So this is news.
This is news.
This is not only a good
community show, it's also a news show. We proved it. So that is good news. I'm glad to hear that. And do you think that's going to be obviously a good move for you guys?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's going to expose us to people we otherwise would never have the opportunity.
Right. There's some other people involved with the Southern Experience Band. You do have a road manager, and I know his name, but for the viewers at home, who is your road manager?
Dan Grissom.
Right.
That's a road
Yeah, I've met him. He's a fine guy. And every time I see him, it's like he's working almost as hard as you guys are.
Absolutely.
If not harder.
If
Yeah.
not-
Yeah, really.
And you do have a very experienced person that handles your exclusive management.
Correct.
And
Right, Miss Terry Gage,
Right.
who's been with us for over a year now. I mean, what can you say about Terry? We couldn't do what we do without her. She's
well, what is her main function? Would you say in just a few words what her main function is?
get stuff done.
everything that doesn't take
Make it
place
happen,
with,
is
with
that it?
music.
She's
Yeah,
the
she's the
backbone
go-getter.
of behind the scenes.
Oh, good. Well, that's a good thing. Let's talk about instrumentation for a moment. JT, I think I'm more familiar with your instrumentation and what you like to play through and all, but your guitar, your axe of choice is what?
Oh boy,
If you had to pick one, what would it be?
Les Paul,
There you go.
Gibson Les Paul. That's the number one for me.
And amplification along with that?
Marshall, all
Marshall,
the way. I'm just old school, man.
Well, that's
Nothing
the way
fancy.
it's been for a long time.
Oh yeah, I love them all. I want them all, but Les Paul's my number one.
Mikhail, how about you? What's your instrument of choice?
Oh man, I'm playing a beautiful DW performance kit, and yeah, that thing rocks out.
Yeah,
for me.
I'm
I
all
love
about
that.
DW drums
Yeah.
myself. I'm very familiar with them. So great stuff, and not only do they make good drums, but they make great hardware as well.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
important when you're a road band. You know, you're lugging equipment in and out of cases, all on and off stages, on and off the back of a truck, and you know you gotta have the real stuff. Scott, how about you? I know you're a multi-instrument
Yeah,
person,
you got
but-
a minute? Let's make a list. Yeah.
Well, give me the
as,
condensed
as,
form.
As far as keys go, keyboards, I prefer a Yamaha
Right.
Motif.
Yeah, I see a lot of those. Yeah.
Of course, Hammond B3 is
Sure.
my preferred, of course. As far as guitar-wise, I'd have to say my favorite's Fender Strat
Right.
with Marshall amplification, of
Right,
course.
right.
And as far as harmonicas go, I like Marine Band.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
my preferred.
Yeah. Ron, you hold the bottom of this whole thing together. You're the glue. You and Nikeo, of course, but you're the super glue in this band. But what is your actual instrument of choice?
Right now I'm playing the Lakeland bass.
And
SWR.
is that a local company or is it a international company? Or
It's an international company.
Right.
Correct.
for all you bass players out there, I'm sure you understand exactly who that company is, you know. But how about amplification for you, Ron?
SWR head.
Yeah.
And I use an Ampeg 410 cabinet.
Right. I think I've seen you use a 410 in tandem with another cabinet.
With
as
another
well.
with a Brugera 410 also.
So you're coming up with when you run that whole rig together there, you've got 810s.
Yes, that's correct.
And he gets loud.
Me and Ham have a contest.
Well, you know, sometimes contests aren't that bad. You know, there's a difference. Let's talk about tone for a moment, guys, since we're on that loud subject. You know, in my many years of experience in music, you know, being loud is not sufficient. You can be loud, but it needs to have the right level of tone. And being a bass player, Ron, tell me about what you think. What is your interpretation of tone?
It's in your fingers. At the end of the day, it's in your fingers.
Right.
I mean, I use GHS bass boomer
Mhm.
strings. That's not completely round wound, close
Right.
to it, and it gives it that little sibilant sound, especially if you're thumping. But yeah, tone is everything.
To take on what you just said there, it's in your fingers, your hands, whatnot. I guess that's why bass players and guitar players can play the same guitar through the same amplification and have two totally different sounds.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I could
By
pick
all
up an
means.
Olympic bass, and I'm not going to sound like Stanley Clark.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
immediately.
Exactly. Nobody is.
Yes.
But Stanley. That's for sure. Well, guys, I'm telling you, this has just been a great show, and
Thank you for
I
having
just-
us.
yeah, it's
Had a good
been
time.
Thank
it's just
you.
been wonderful, and I hope to have you back, sometime. And again, I'm guest host tonight for the Tony D. Now Show. Tony's not with us this evening; he will be back, but I was asked to host it, and I'm delighted to do it. But when is your next gig, guys?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Z-Max Dragway.
Good. And that's like local here in Charlotte.
This is Charlotte. correct.
So all you people in Charlotte, you need to catch up with these guys.
Well, I grew up in the little foothills of good old North Carolina. Daddy taught me how to work, Mama taught me how to pray. Big brother showed you how to have a real good time.
Well, some folks call us plain white trash, and they don't mind all out. They put them out of the South and the homegrown sounds. Show them what it's all about.
Cause we're boys from the backwoods, we turn it up loud, represent the South and rockin' the crowd.
Work out day, work all night, turn the volume up to 10 and the lights are bright.
Mudslinging tires and muscadine wine. If a man ain't careful, he could lose his mind.
Just watch your step.
And don't lose your grip, cause you know we're gonna hold on tight to that Southern pride. Sing it, JT!
Well, I got just a dash of ripples blood just running through my veins. Well, it gets me in a touch of trouble, but not enough to get down my day.
I got Grandpa's wisdom and the good Lord's love, both are shining on down. Well, I'm a country soul singer,
Well, I'm a God-fearing rebel,
and there ain't no stopping us now. Cause we're boys from the backwoods, we turn it up loud, represent the South and rockin' the crowd.
Work out day, party all night, turn the volume up to 10, turn the lights up bright.
Mudslinging tires and muscadine wine. If a man ain't careful, he could lose his mind.
Just watch your step.
And don't lose your grip, cause you know we're gonna hold on tight to that Southern pride.
Well, we walk high, always stand strong, always back up when we fall.
But when we're in need, we fall to our knees. We know who to call. Cause we're boys from the backwoods, we turn it up loud, represent the South and rockin' the crowd.
Work out day, party all night,
Turn the volume up to 10, turn the lights up bright. Mudslinging tires and muscadine wine. If a man ain't careful, he can lose his mind.
So watch step.
And don't lose your grip, you know we're gonna hold on tight, because we're boys from the backwoods. Said we're boys from the backwoods. You know what us boys from the backwoods like. We like them girls from the backwoods. Because we're boys from the backwoods. Well, turn it up just a little bit now.
Good night.